The station hums with a low, electric thrum, a sound that gets under your skin. Neon signs paint the damp concrete in streaks of pink and blue, reflecting off puddles that never seem to dry. Here, under the flickering lights, a wolf stands cloaked in shadow, hood pulled low, his breath misting in the cool, underground air. Beside him, a fox, her eyes darting, restless, scanning the sparse crowd of late-night commuters. The air is thick, not just with humidity, but with a palpable tension. Every distant rumble of an approaching train, every scrape of a shoe on the platform, feels amplified, distorted. They aren't just waiting for a train, they're waiting for something else, something they both dread and expect. The digital clock on the wall glitches, its numbers flickering erratically. The fox's tail gives a nervous twitch. The wolf remains perfectly still, a statue of coiled energy, his gaze fixed on the dark maw of the tunnel ahead. The silence between them is a heavy blanket, filled with unspoken anxieties and a shared, desperate hope for the ride that will carry them away from all this. Suddenly, the world bleeds red. Every screen in the station, the timetables, the advertisements, the little news tickers flickers violently before displaying a single, glaring crimson warning. A synthesized voice, cold and devoid of emotion, echoes through the station. Security alert. Unregistered entities detected. Initiate containment protocol. Panic erupts. The few other commuters scatter like startled birds. But the wolf and fox don't panic. They move. Just as they turn to run, two more figures emerge from the shadows of a support pillar. A tiger, broad-shouldered and imposing, and a deer, surprisingly calm amidst the chaos, her expression one of grim determination. Their team is assembled. A spherical drone, its single red eye glowing menacingly, detaches from the ceiling and begins a sweeping scan of the platform. The light passes just inches over their heads as they dive behind a ticketing machine. The whir of the drone's motors, a hornet's buzz in their ears. They didn't escape. Not yet. They just bought themselves a few seconds. The chase is on. They burst out of the station and onto the street, where the city opens up into a canyon of shimmering glass and steel. Rain begins to fall, not a gentle shower, but a relentless downpour that turns the streets into black mirrors reflecting the chaotic city lights. Above, the sky is a web of crisscrossing sky lanes and patrol routes. The whirring sound multiplies. Now there isn't just one drone, but a swarm of them, descending like metallic vultures. Their red searchlights cut through the rain, sweeping across alleys and rooftops. The four of them sprint, their paws pounding against the slick pavement. They vault over food carts, slide under security gates, and weave through the labyrinthine backstreets. The city, usually a place of vibrant life, has become a hunter's playground. The drones are relentless, their movements precise and terrifyingly intelligent. A blast of energy from one of them vaporizes a trash can just behind the tiger's heels. They can't outrun them forever. They need cover, and they need it now. The tiger spots at first a partially open garage door at the end of a dead-end alley. In here, he growls, putting on a burst of speed. He shoulders the heavy door open just enough for the others to slide through before letting it slam shut behind them, plunging them into near total darkness. The sounds of the city and the pursuing drones are instantly muffled, replaced by the sound of their own ragged breathing and the dripping of water from a leaky pipe somewhere in the garage. The air smells of oil and rust. For a moment, they just lean against the cold metal walls, catching their breath. The immediate danger has passed, but they all know it's a temporary reprieve. The fox finds a small maintenance hatch set into the floor, hidden beneath a grimy tarp. "This way," she whispers, her voice strained. One by one, they lower themselves into the opening, leaving the relative safety of the garage for the claustrophobic confines of a maintenance tunnel. The hatch clicks shut above them, sealing them in utter blackness. The tunnel is narrow, barely wide enough for the tiger to squeeze through. It's a tight, suffocating space that feels ancient and forgotten. They move in single file, the wolf taking the lead, his heightened senses their only guide in the pitch dark. The silence in the tunnel is profound, broken only by the scuff of their feet and the steady drip, drip, drip of unseen water. After what feels like an eternity, they find a small alcove, a slight widening in the tunnel where they can finally stop and rest. In the oppressive darkness, a fragile moment of connection forms. The deer gently touches the wolf's arm. "We're okay," she says softly, her voice a small point of light in the gloom. The tiger lets out a long, slow breath. For a heartbeat, they aren't fugitives. They're just four people, together against the world, finding solace in each other's presence. And then, a device on the fox's wrist chirps to life. A tiny screen illuminates her face with a ghostly green glow. Her eyes widen as she reads the encrypted message. "It's a trap," she whispers, her voice trembling. "They knew we'd come here. The whole sector is being locked down." The brief moment of peace is shattered. Ahead of them, the tunnel forks, two identical paths disappearing into an impenetrable darkness. Left or right? Their compromised shelter is no longer an option. A decision must be made. And it must be made now, with the sound of distant, automated security patrols echoing from the way they came. They stand at a crossroads, their fate hanging on a single choice in the dark. Which way do they go? The story is far from over. Make sure you subscribe to see what happens next. Thanks for watching.